So after thinking about why some organizations might not want to become multiculturally diverse or aware, I've come up with a few reasons. For one, I think it's people don't want to put the time in it. People think it's not part of their job description, part of what they're supposed to do in their organization. So since they don't really are going to get recognized for it, then why do it? Why take the time to do it? Um, if it's not something that you have to do, they're not going to do it. So I think that's one reason. Another reason is that I think that they think that it's not needed. I don't think that organizations and different people in organizations see the importance of multiculturalism, especially in the counseling profession. And people need to realize that it really is serious because you can come into a conflict with somebody because you don't know about your belief system. So you may have done something that's offensive or said something offensive when you didn't know because you didn't take time to study who they are and what they're about. So I think that's another reason people don't see it as being really important. Another reason is I think that people think that their way of doing things are better. So, for instance, if you have an organization full of middle class Caucasians and they're all Christians and they all live the same way, okay, well, if someone else comes in that organization, they probably think that their way's better or that their way's easier. So they're just going to say, well, my way's better, our way's better, so you need to adapt our ways when you hang out with us. Kind of like the majority rule thing. And really, that shouldn't be the case. Nobody's way is better than the other way. So I think people's pride and they hold themselves above and their values above everyone else's. So they're not going to accept anybody else's values because they think their way is the right way. And a lot of people actually think that way, whether they mean to or not. It's a difference if you accept it. Just accept others' beliefs or not is what makes the difference. Um, and also, I want to point one thing out. I think discrimination has a lot to do, still has a lot to do with people becoming multiculturalistic. There's still, um, there's still discrimination that goes on with many different, race, sex, gender, sexual identity, religion, whatever it is. For example, like I think that the people that originate from the Middle East here, such as like Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, I think they're still heavily discriminated against ever since 9/11 and the attacks in the 90s have happened. People think, oh well, if you're from over there, you're a terrorist. You're bad. We don't. We're not even going to listen to your ways. And really, that's not true. If you learn about them, it's only that specific group of people in that terrorist group over there that attack, which is a small amount considering all the people that live there. So I think discrimination has a lot to do with it. People I've noticed are more shy to adapt to, let's say, um, the Middle Eastern people or the people from like that are associated with terrorist groups rather than other groups such as Native Americans or African Americans because they associate those type of people as bad people. So I think discrimination has a lot to do with why some organizations will adapt and why won't, why some people will, and why some people won't. But in reality, especially as counselors, we all need to make sure that we do our homework and that we can, so we'll be able to form close relationships with everyone and know everybody, or not know everybody, but know as many people as we can background so we can best serve them.